Hi,
There we go.
Joresh.
Hello, mate. How's it going?
Everything is fine. And how about you?
I'm doing great, actually. It's been
Oh,
a very nice day,
mhm.
a very active week, to be honest.
Yes, yes,
I'm actually doing all right,
yes, yes. Are you from Chile country? Is
Yes,
my
mate.
guess true?
Yep. I am from Chile, in the
Oh,
southern part of South America.
yeah. I know Chile country in South American, and your capital is Santiago. Santiago.
Yeah, Santiago.
Santiago.
That's it, right?
Chile, yes, and Chile has the lowest level of corruption as well as the strongest economy.
Oh man, I yeah, that's what the let's say the let's say that's what the public numbers say, right? That's what the public
And also
that the
strongest.
official information say, but actually it's correct as any other country.
Yeah. And also Chile has the strongest economy and highest standard of living and also high speed internet service. I just know this.
Yeah. Some people say that Chile has the highest or the strongest economy in the area.
Mhm.
And we have to recognize that, for example, certain crises that have gone on around the world have not affected us uh,
Yes.
practically no way. And now, for example, we're putting that, let's say, economy strength to the test, considering the coronavirus pandemic context
Mhm.
and the amount of help that the
Mhm.
government has, let's say, economic, let's say, help that the
Yeah.
government has, let's say, distributed among the population. Uh,
Mhm.
Seems to be huge, right? Seems to be huge in terms of numbers. And
Yes.
yeah, so in a way, it's actually we're doing all right
Yeah.
in some senses,
Do
right?
you know about Indian country, Indian people?
I do. I don't manage, let's say, as much information as you do from Chile, right? But for example, I know India is a very populated country. Um,
Yes.
you have several, let's say, accents and several, a
Yeah.
couple of religions too, right?
Yes.
Exactly, right. And
Okay.
you speak a very particular variety of English, uh,
Yes.
in which let's say have let's say how can I call it? In which you can, for example, you suppress some sounds and let's say you add some words or you suppress some words. So it's quite interesting, right?
Okay. Okay. If you tell us yourself, then it will more clear for my viewers because this video I'm gonna uploading in my YouTube channel.
Right, mate. Nice. I am Jose Miguel Contreras. I am an English Bachelor of Arts. A Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Literature
Mhm.
of University of Chile. It's like one of
Mhm.
the best universities around here. Um, and well, I studied English. I studied linguistics and literature for 5 years,
Mhm.
in which I learned a lot about, let's say, the English structure, morphosyntaxis, linguistic currents, and let's say some streams
And
of thought, right? And phonetics, of course. We had an intensive phonetics
yeah,
course, right? Intensive.
yeah,
It was hard.
and
It was tough.
yeah, you are an English teacher of Chile, and you are the master of phonetic sounds because I'm learning phonetic sound from you every day that you are
All right.
showing. Yeah.
Nice.
So I realized that you can help us in these activities, and yeah, that's why yesterday I scheduled a time for you and invited you to join in my conversation.
Nice, mate.
And
I mean, I,
yeah,
I,
and
I
you also
felt I felt absolutely honored to have to be here.
yes, yeah, you also responded to my invitation in a very kind and polite way. I like
Oh,
this kind of person always, right?
oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't feel I have to, let's say, be so mean or so tight-fisted with what I know. So that's why I
Mhm.
like to share it. That's why I like to prepare this kind of material every day. It takes me, the
Okay.
material itself to prepare takes
Yeah.
me like an hour and a half, and it's something that I
Yes.
can share for the whole week. I mean, in your case, for example, I share it with you, right, with the English group that we have in common,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
and as well, I mean, I share it with some other, let's say, 11 groups, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a very good way to make phonetics part of everyday life. I mean, just a
Mm-hmm.
little exercise, just a little, let's say, phrase that you can practice with, and addressing one sound or two sounds per week can help people to really um, adopt these exercises in a very in a kind of fun and constant way. You see, so that's what I feel. I mean,
Okay.
that's what.
So today you will teach us on phonetic sound. Okay.
I mean, nice.
First, you make clear us what are the difference between phonic and phonetics.
I mean, the main difference in this case is that it has phonics has to do, for example, with associating one particular sound to a combination of letters. This is pretty much what you do at school when you're learning how to read, in which you have to go like, okay, the D and plus H is pronounced like, or V, right? In words like mother, father, this, that, thank you, everything, and so on, right? In all these words, you will see that there is a TH, and that TH is pronounced either in one way or the other, right? Now, phonetics is the science that studies the physical aspects of these sounds, you know? I mean, it studies the point of articulation, the way of articulating the sounds, um, and other characteristics that make each sound unique. It's the, let's say, the science that attributes, let's say, one particular symbol to a particular sound, you know? So, and it's pretty much what explains these little transcriptions that you will see, for example, in dictionaries. Uh, when you go like, when you go looking for the pronunciation of a particular word, you see? So that's it, mate.
Okay.
That's pretty much the difference.
Yeah. Yes, yes. To pronounce 26 alphabet in proper way is not an easy work for every English learner. I think so, and especially those are trying to speak like a native English speaker. So, how can we pronounce this 26 alphabet of English?
I mean, in that case, you're talking about the alphabet itself, like letter by letter, or
Yeah,
let's say the letter by letter, right? You go like, I mean, you're talking about A, B, C, right? A, B,
yeah.
C, D, E, F,
The
G,
first letter, you just pronounce first letter A, A.
right? A,
Yes.
sorry,
Then
B,
A, B,
B, C,
C,
D, exactly,
D.
right? The
Yeah.
E,
E,
eso, that's it. F,
F,
G,
Z,
G, harder, G,
G, G.
exactly, that's it. Let me
Yes.
see, G,
H,
H, exactly, right?
H. Yeah.
Uh,
Then
I,
I,
exactly, right?
I,
Uh,
I.
I,
Yeah.
J,
J,
exactly, K,
K,
exactly, L,
L,
M,
M,
N,
N,
O.
O. This sound is O.
It's O, like O,
O.
exactly,
Yes.
right?
O. Yeah.
O. P,
P.
exactly, right? Q,
Yes. Q. This is Q.
exactly, right? Now we have, let's say, R.
R.
I mean, that's in British English, right? You can pronounce it like R in American English. R.
Yes.
Oh,
R.
you see? R.
Yeah. Then
S.
S. Yeah.
T.
T.
Exactly, right? I mean, the pronunciation of that one is like with the tip of the tongue behind
T.
the first part of the palate, right behind your teeth, like T, T, T,
Yes.
T.
T. T. Yeah.
Exactly, good.
U.
U.
Yeah. U.
U.
Yes. And then V.
V, exactly, right? V,
V.
W.
W. This pronunciation is difficult for me. W.
Exactly, man. I mean, it's actually two words. It's double and U. When you say it fast, it's W.
Oh, W.
Exactly, W, right?
Yeah.
X,
X.
Y.
Y.
And mate, like here you have again the difference, right? American English will say Z,
Yeah.
Z, and British
Z.
English will exactly, and British English
Yes.
will say Z.
Z. Yes. Z.
Z.
I think
Z.
we are speaking Z. Z.
Yeah, you're speaking with a British influence in that sense, right?
Yes. Z.
Z. That's it.
Okay. 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 Can you describe the 44 phonetic sounds?
I
I
mean,
know that 44 phonetic sound, which is divided into two major categories, that is vowel and consonant. I think vowel is there is 12 vowel in
right,
phonics.
mate. I mean, it's like a very it's a huge task, you know. And
Yes,
let me
very.
have a look if I can find the, let's say the symbols around here, so I can remember them all, because I'm gonna get lost a little bit. You see, it would be like
You can share your screen if it is available.
right. That's nice. I mean, here we have yeah, it could be like this, right? 2 + 3 is 8, 24, 7, 8. That's it, 44. There we go. Okay, mate. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Let me check how to. There we go. That's it. Let me check if I can just. Oh, wait for me a little bit. I'm just gonna try to. Just gonna try to. Here we go. Let me check if I can just make it properly. Yes. That's it. All right, but I don't know if you can see exactly what's going on here. Can you see it? Can you see the chart here?
Yes, now I can see.
All right, nice. I mean, this is going to be like a little chart that we're going to use to describe them
Yeah.
all. And in this case, for example, we can start with this long sound. I mean, you actually, when you have a look at these sounds or at these symbols, you will notice that in the case of vowels, at least, I mean, we're going to start with vowels, all right?
Yes.
In the case of vowels, you can have, for example, a long one, long vowels. I mean, long vowels in this case, or short vowels, okay? Long
Yes.
vowels will be marked with this little, say, like this colon mark here. And you, let's say, will take a double time to pronounce it, right? It's like,
Yes.
this is not just E, it's like E, E. Exactly,
Yes.
right? And in words
Yes.
like read, read,
Read
read,
or read.
read. That's it. Good. You see?
Yeah.
On the other hand, we have, for example, these short sounds in which, for example, you will notice that is very dull, very short in most of the cases. For example, in this sound like E, E,
Hey.
E. You see?
Yeah.
This is set, set,
Z.
set,
Z.
set. Exactly right.
Yes.
I can see it. I think you can see it better right now. Set. You see? Read
Yes.
versus set.
Read.
Exactly. Versus set. You see?
Z.
Set. Now,
Yes.
again, I mean, we have this short vowel sound, right? It doesn't have, let's say, this colon here, and it's a very short oo. It's like book, book,
Book.
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 And like ooh, ooh, ooh. You actually have to, let's say, relax a little bit and let's say go with a ooh sound. Ooh, ooh. Very short, right? It's
Yes.
not, let's say, that your lips are not actually rounded that much. It's more relaxed in that sense, and it's very, very short. Ooh, book, look, food.
Look, foot,
That's it. Very, very
foot,
short.
look,
Exactly right.
foot. Yes.
Food.
Yeah,
Now, on
foot.
the other hand, you have this long, very expressive oo sound. You see, for example, in words like two, and you're gonna have to round your lips, right? Ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
right?
Ocean.
Exactly right. In
Ocean.
words like yeah, in words like to, you, and so
Yes.
on. For example, music, that's the same, right? Has the same sound, right? We're going to deal with these combinations, let's say a bit later, right? We're going to move to this side a bit later. Let's continue here, man. Okay? This
Yes.
is a very, let's say, a very relaxed sound. It's like
Relax. Yeah.
eh,
A. A.
right? I mean, it's not as relaxed as, for example, the next one, right? And in that sense, it's like eh. You have to, let's say, show a little bit you have to move the sides of your mouth to the side of your face, actually. It's like
A.
eh. For example, in
Yeah.
men,
Men. Yeah.
friends,
Friends.
again.
Again.
See, it's like in this case.
A. Yeah.
Now, this one, right, is actually one of
Yeah.
the most interesting sounds in English, let's say vowels in English, because
Yes.
it's pretty much like the one that is going to appear practically everywhere in every
Yes.
unstressed syllable. You see? So in this case, for example, you have America. Exactly right. It's like this is actually very, very relaxed. You know, very relaxed.
Yes.
It's like uh, uh,
America.
America, right? For example, in words like again, gen has this sound, gen, but the
Yes.
first a, right, is like
Yeah.
again. You see,
Yeah. Again.
banana. Say that one,
Banana.
banana.
Banana. Yes.
Exactly right.
Banana. Yeah.
The only let's say syllable there that is marked is the middle one, right? Banana. I mean, some people pronounce like banana, some people pronounce like banana, right? Like ah. But in this case, it's like the other two A's are pronounced in this way, like banana, banana.
Yeah.
You see, that's pretty much how it is, right? Now, words like, for example, the following sound would be like here you have a difference between American and British English because you will see that, for example, this one is pronounced in British English like very relaxed too. I mean, it's like this one, but longer, right? It's for example,
Yeah.
word, you see? And as such, you will hear that, for example, in American English, it is like colored by an R sound, colored with an R sound, right? An right? It sounds pretty much like word in American English. Word, you see? But either or are actually accepted as the possible pronunciation of this sound. You will notice that, for example, in American English, this little symbol has a little, I don't know how to call it, it's like a little mark to the side of it. Okay?
This is column.
Yeah?
This little mark is called column. Column. I
I
think
don't know.
so.
I mean, yeah, the colon is right here, man. But apart from the colon, right, there is a little mark here. It's a little, like a little hook, let's say, going from the vowel, and that implies that it actually it's colored by an R sound, right, like a R. I mean, American English does it. Irish English does it a lot, you know. And they are called, say, rhotic languages because of that, because they tend to pronounce the R's and tend to, let's say, mark this particular vowel with a R sound, you see? Now, the next sound will be, for example, O, very rounded, very deep. You have to feel it here, right? O, or over here, right? O. I mean, it's what's going to happen usually when you put, for example, an O and an R together, and you will see like sword, sword, sword.
Short. Short.
Whereas it can be sword, short, or
Short.
short, right? Short.
Yes.
In that case, right? And so that's pretty much how it works, right? In American English, they will pronounce the R, definitely. Sword, sword. But it's going to be
Sure.
the same sound, sword, right?
Yes.
I mean, let's go back to here, right? To the single sound. In this case, we have ah, and actually, it's a very expressive sound. It's
There is
short.
mixing of A and E. Mixing of
Exactly.
A and E.
Exactly,
Yes.
like just like the symbol marks is pretty much like the mixture between A and E, in the sense that it's not an A, it's not an E, but it's like
Yes.
an A. It's right in between. So the trick here to master this sound is like to open your mouth. Okay, you have to show your tongue. You have to pull the back of your tongue. You have to pull it forward a little bit, like ah. You have to show it, right? You don't have to stick your tongue out. It's like you don't have to. Let's say you don't have to show the tip of your tongue, right? It's gonna be, let's say, behind your teeth, your lower teeth. It's gonna sound like ah.
Cat.
Cat. Exactly right. Cat. On the other hand, we have, for example, this sound that is very, very short too, but it's more relaxed, and it sounds like an
Ah.
For example,
Yes.
in but,
But.
one.
One.
Exactly. That's exactly the sound. You see, one, but sun.
One. But.
Sun. Exactly
Yes.
right.
Yes.
And finally, for example, as a final ah sound, right? We can have, for example, this ah. This is actually very deep, pretty much like this sound, like oh, right? In which we have to open the throat. In this one, we have to do the same, right? It's ah, very deep and long, right? It's like part. Exactly. In words like part, father, it has the same sound, right? It's got the same sound, father, right?
Yeah.
And car, garden, and all these combinations between A and R are going to sound like this, like ah.
Yes.
Now, the following sound, though, is going to be, let's say, it looks very similar to this one, right? And actually, some people confuse them, right? But it's like no, oh. As you can see, I'm not rounding so much my lips as in this sound, right? It's not like an oh. It's like oh.
Yes.
In words like not.
Not.
Exactly right.
Yes.
Not, got, slot, and so on.
Yes.
So in let's say American English, sometimes replace this sound by this one. For example, let's go shopping in British English. Shopping sounds like shopping,
Shopping.
shopping in American, right? Shopping.
Yeah.
Golf. Yes, and that makes that difference, right? Now, in that sense, let's say we have finished with the 12 basic vowel sounds in English. Now the combinations go like, in this case, is ear. Again, you start with a, let's say, with an E sound, and you end up with a very relaxed one, right? It's like here. That's it, good. You see? On the other hand, you have, for example, A. It was like day, right? Around here, for example, we have uwe, right? In words like tour. See? I mean,
one more example.
Sorry?
One more example.
Okay, tour, your. For example, Let me check if I
Newer, I think.
for example, this one.
Yes.
You're. Well, you see?
Newer.
Exactly, right? You're, right? In British English, at least, you're not going to pronounce the R. So you're going to, let's say, replace it with a schwa, with this very relaxed sound. This is called schwa in English. Tour, you're, you see? And
Yes.
next one would be, for example, boy, oi, oi, boy, toy, coins, and so on. See? Next one is like oh, oh. I mean, this particular chart is in British. It's pretty much like British sounds because American sound would be more let's say fuller, in the sense that this sound is going to sound like an oh, go, right? In British English, it will sound like oh, like as in this one, go. Now this one is going to be like air, right? Actually, for example, this word is pronounced just with this diphthong, right? Air, 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 air. It's like air, right? For example, in the word where. See? Tear. That's it, right? Tear, right? For example, when you use this one as an action, it's tear. You see? Combinations like I, my, why. Exactly, right? Why, my. You see? And finally, for example, in this case, ow. For example, how. Cow.
Yes.
Wow. For example, right? Wow, right? So that's pretty much what summarizes the, let's say, the vowel sounds in this one.